Why me? Well, why not? Every day we are challenged with doing things we might not want to do. I specifically get this question from a lot of leaders. Why must I be on this task team? Why must I do this presentation? Why must I lead this team? Why must I run this business? Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, people ask the question, why must I go out and work while others sit at home? Well, the answer is, why not you? Let's explore and explain what we mean. This talk is about getting inspired to do the things you are called for. Before we go on a journey of exploring this phenomenon, you might ask, what makes you the right person to challenge me on this? Good question. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rina Steinberg. I'm the Managing Director of a company called Mind Matters Consulting. I have completed a doctorate in leadership and change, and I'm a registered industrial psychologist who mentored many psychologists and management consultants. I've got over 26 years of work experience in various industries in fields such as culture, change, leadership, and wellness. I have coached and facilitated many individuals and leaders through personal and business challenges. But all these credentials are not why I think I can ask you this question. The reason I think I can ask you this question is because I'm a human being who has been challenged with the same question. My personal journey took me on a very interesting path. In 2006, I was in a car accident, and 6 months later, when I couldn't walk from the car park, my life changed. Neurologists diagnosed me with dystonia, which according to them was caused by a latent gene that was activated because of the car accident trauma. There was no cure. Now my logic said, what you can switch on, you can switch off. Like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, I went on an inner journey of searching for answers to deal with my crisis. Believing some of what the neurologist said, I located the origin of my crisis to be somewhere in my brain. I first studied the hardware of the brain by attending classes and reading books on anatomy and physiology of the brain. I then included the softer sciences in the form of energy and neuropsychology. If I count up all those hours, lectures, videos and books, it will boil down to another doctorate. I always joke and say, the universe is naughty. The more I try to understand myself, the more people crossed my life who I coached, mentored, and helped. I was privileged to practice what I had learned immediately with clients. Do you think I have the right to ask you difficult questions? Right? No. But maybe if I ask you these questions, it's like watching the trailer of The Wizard of Oz instead of watching the whole movie. Let's explore why you by answering 5 powerful questions. As you will remember from the movie, Dorothy was on a path to find 3 parts of herself to become a fulfilled human being. The analogy of the scarecrow referred to looking for a brain, while the Tin Man involved looking for a heart and the lion for courage. We will all agree that we are on our own journeys searching for pearls of wisdom. But this is where we miss it. We all miss the fact that this simple, seemingly insignificant task that we are called for right now is exactly what we need. And easily we ask, why me? Question 1. Mission. What is the mission you have been called for? Write it down for yourself. There is magic in writing it down. What is that thing you know you must do but keep on postponing? Let me help you with ideas. Maybe you need to be part of the response team for COVID-19 and you must just change your attitude. Perhaps you always wanted to start coaching people, but you are afraid people might think you're arrogant. Maybe you're part of a business and always wanted to start a project, but you don't want to volunteer the project. Maybe it is something big, like starting your own business. I will share mine, which is simple. It is, Rina, go out there and share what you have learned on your journey. Share it with the world. Okay, it's out. Now share yours. Write it down. Viktor Frankl, the person who was in a concentration camp and wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning, said, "Everyone has his own specific vocation or mission in life. Everyone must carry out a concrete assignment that demands fulfillment. Therein he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated. Thus everyone's task is as unique as his specific opportunity to implement it." Think about that for a while. Let's reread it. You have a specific mission in life. You must carry out a concrete assignment that demands fulfillment. You cannot be replaced, nor can your life be repeated. Thus, your task is as unique as your opportunity to implement it. You see, you are interwoven with everything that you do. You are like the cinnamon over the pancake. The task needs the sprinkle called you. You ask me, why me? Because it has to be you. There is absolutely nobody else. Question 2. Purpose. But why you? How does your purpose link to this mission? What makes you so special? We have to note that Miles Monroe said, "Your existence is evidence that this generation needs something that your life contains." Note 2 essential words: needs and contains. The need and your life contains it. What could that possibly be? What do I have that others need? That is the question you need to reflect on. Again, I would suggest that you write it down for yourself. So you want to go back to the question, why me? Because your life contains something others need. A leader can ask, how does my task, mission of being the project manager of a project to implement Microsoft Office 365 be so significant that it really links to my purpose? I don't know. Maybe your life contains the ability to implement things fast and in an ordered manner. Because of that, the project will be implemented in 2 months rather than 6. There is a COVID-19 lockdown on its way and your whole organization consists of 30,000 employees and they must work from home. You are the only person who can do this in this short time period. Your life contains the answer to a situation you don't even know is coming. What I can tell you is when people start believing this and start acting aligned to this, their lives change and so do the lives of the people around them. When leaders take this seriously, lives change. You can think of purpose as a shining diamond. It has worth and it needs to shine in the world. That shining or purpose could be talents like music, math, sport, leadership, you name it. That brings us to question 3. What holds you back? Think of it as the mat around a diamond. All the dirt is causing us not to see the diamond shining through. Now, to explore all the mud, we need much more time. And I will tell you at the end of this talk where you can get more detail about that. But let's see how we can give you a few pointers. This is where Dorothy's 3 things comes in: head, heart, and hands. This is also where I've spent a lot of my journey time, understanding the mat around my diamond. Let's go to the heart wiring of the head, the brain. Every time you experience a negative event, let's call it a trauma, there's a bodily reaction. We are made this way for survival purposes. Let's use a very simple example. When you see a snake, the body registers the danger in the brain. The part of the brain that reacts to the danger is the amygdala. The amygdala is therefore the brain's alarm center. It will respond with fight, flight, freeze. Now this is very helpful when you see a snake, but unfortunately the brain will remember types of trauma and by just remembering still reacts with fight, flight and freeze. What do I mean by that? You had to do a group assignment in school and you were a leader. None of the project members did their part and the teacher accused you. Your brain experienced this situation as very stressful and in the end you avoid being a leader for any project. The brain remembers project leader equals stress equals avoid. And without you remembering why, you avoid being the leader of the Office 365 project. You say, no thank you to this mission. And when I say this is your opportunity, you strongly say bugger mission, purpose and whatever comes with it. You are very okay with your life as it is. You see, what happens is that we store all these traumas. We can see it as programs in our brain. And if the current situation looks vaguely familiar, this program runs in the brain. The amygdala hijacks the logic brain, which by the way is the prefrontal cortex or thinking brain. And you react with survival, emotional brain. Your body goes in a state of stress and you might find that you are trembling with a high heartbeat. You are releasing cortisol and act emotional and frankly, my dear, pretty unreasonable considering what I asked. Over time, this gets so serious that you build a belief or what we call a vow that you will never. I will never be the project leader of anything ever in my life again. You made that vow in a subconscious mind and your conscious is not even aware of it. The word fear is written all over it. When I ask you, what do you fear in life? Your answer will be nothing. But that's not true. Your subconscious mind treats a threat of a snake and the threat of being the project leader exactly the same. Deep down, you fear your own reaction to it. What is also interesting is that your brain does not want to make you look stupid. Therefore, it will provide you with valid reasons why you cannot do this. Reasons more acceptable to the world around you. Reasons that do not contain a basic survival word like fear. It will be more sophisticated, high-level reasons like, I don't have time for that right now. I'm busy with this critical piece of work. I'm not fit enough. I will do it next year. My child's still small. She needs me right now. I don't have the right equipment, system or technology. I don't have money. Oh, and my favorite, I want to give somebody else the opportunity. So tell me, what is holding you back? Write it down for yourself and ask yourself how you will deal with it. How do you plan to remove the mat around your diamond? This is where you need that attitude, resilience, and willingness to take risks. The Wizard of Oz said, you have plenty of courage, I'm sure. All you need is confidence in yourself. There is no living thing that is not afraid when it faces danger. True courage is in facing the danger when you are afraid, and that kind of courage you have in plenty. Courage is action. You see, fear is stagnant. Courage is action. We dealt with mission, purpose, and blocks. And you decide, let's go for it. Question 4. How do you action? What principles do you choose? The principles you live by are as important as the mission. That brings us to another journey. What happened when 6 boys who went out on a journey were shipwrecked for 15 months? I know what you're going to say. You're going to talk about Lord of the Flies, the story that portrayed the dark side of human nature. And it is quite easy to start believing that humankind is dark by nature. But this was a fiction written by an author, let's say, with a bit of mud around his own diamond, which comes through in the story. I rather want to talk about the true story, where in 1965, 6 boys set out from Tonga on a fishing trip. Caught in a huge storm, they were shipwrecked on a deserted island. The tribe make a perfect pact never to quarrel, but of course we will always be tested on our principles. Found in The Guardian and The Sun, May 2020, the true story is full of the light side of human nature. The boys agreed to work in teams of 2, tending to garden, kitchen and guard duties. They began and ended their days with song and prayer. They were found in 1966. All 6 of them were alive, and today they are still friends. The real Lord of the Flies is a tale of friendship and loyalty, and illustrates how much stronger we are when we can lean on each other. How is it that we never heard of this? 2 sets of principles. A movie was made of the fiction story and the dark side of human nature emphasized. Almost everybody either read the book or watched the movie, while the true story illustrating the light side of human nature was hidden from the world. I bet you didn't even know about it. How we act on our missions are our choice. What we believe in terms of what we are fed is our choice. All that I can say is declare your principles and you will be tested on them. I would recommend that you write down your principles as well and make sure you are ready for the test. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. It takes a hero to face these questions. The fear not only lies in asking these questions to ourselves, but to gather the courage to take action once we know the answers. If you enjoyed the journey so far, join us on our full program, Hero's Journey, where you will be challenged with more existential questions and gain pearls of wisdom and a magnitude of tools. My colleague Kobus Swart is presenting Hero's Journey, which we co-created over the years. You already know a lot about me, so no further introduction. What I want to say about Kobus is that his formal training in theology and psychology makes him a very interesting co-presenter. And his personal journey brings a lovely flavor to the course, but I will leave it up to him to share. Click on a button provided with this video and you will be taken directly to the page where you can enroll. That brings me to question 5, the team. Who is with you on your journey? Do you have support? So many times I've heard that people are not supported on their missions by spouses or colleagues. And my question is always, how can you prevent somebody from giving that something to the world in need? How about you? Are the significant others in your life supporting you or holding you back? Are they asking you, why you? Or are they saying when you ask, why me? Well, why not? Thank you. We hope you enjoyed this talk and got some pointers to reflect on. See you soon on our program, Hero's Journey, for the journey of the brave. Remember, enroll now.